Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vintage Story. I'm your old Papa Cheddar here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how exactly you're going to survive your very first day in the world of Vintage Story. So, first out of the gate, you got to make yourself a nice, handsome, or beautiful character. So, go ahead and slap that down. Oh, yeah, look at that handsome mug. I think that'll do just fine. Go ahead and confirm that, and then you got to pick yourself a class. I'm just going to go with Commoner, but of course there are a bunch of other ones and more to come. All right, so here we are in the world. Very first thing, go ahead, press the M button. That's going to open up your map. You're going to be able to see all kinds of crazy stuff with this. What I like to do is just go on there right where you spawned, and you're going to mark that as the world spawn. Now let's do a nice cayenne, shall we? This beautiful little cayenne marker. Yeah, so when you die, this is exactly where you're going to be showing back up. So it's a nice little thing to know exactly where you are and where you're going to be once you inevitably kick the bucket, because this game can be pretty dang brutal. Next, we're going to be going back to the map, and if you weren't already near a bunch of water like we are here, you're going to be wanting to look in your immediate surroundings for water. And once you find the water, zoom on in there, and you see these little dots. That's what you want. That's what you're going to want to head towards. Now, if you spawned in and it is snowing, you need to move immediately. You can usually see snow on the map, you know what I'm saying, right up here and everything. If we spawned right here, I'd want to move off of the snow because temperature is a thing. You can see it right down here, and you can, in fact, actually start to take damage. So let's go ahead and run on over to those reeds that we saw. Now, on your way to the reeds, you're going to be wanting to look at the ground and looking for stone. So here we have some, and this is flint. That's actually perfect. We can go ahead and right-click that and pick this stuff up, or we can just left-click it and tap it out there and beat it with our bare hands until we pick up the stones. So now that we've got our reeds and we've got ourselves some stones, we're going to want to do a little bit of napping. Accomplish that. Get the stone in your hand. Crouch down. Right click. Bam. There you go. We got knives and axes. Those are going to be the two that we want straight out of the gate. For the reeds here, we're going to do the knives. You go into this nice little napping screen, and it's very self-explanatory. Left click to break the blocks away that look like, blocks, I guess. You see the little nice outline there. And our beautiful knives are starting to take form. Ah, look at them. They're just absolutely glorious. Okay, boom, we got 2 knife blades for the price of 1. Let's go ahead and just tap out a little flint axe head because we're going to be needing that here in a minute as well. Now, all of these tools are equally important, and they do have their own uses, but for now, we're just going to be sticking with these here on the day 1. So you will also want to be looking on the ground for sticks. If you can't find sticks, you can come to shrubs like this, and if you get in here and you look, you can kind of see some brown twiggy-looking things in this section right here, whereas they're not over in this bush. So if we break that bush, no sticks. See this brown one here? Break that bush. Bam, sticks. That's what we want. So let me get a couple more sticks here from these nice woody bushes, and we will keep pressing on. All right, once you've removed enough vegetation to make your local environmental protection agency quite upset with you, I think we're ready to go. So slap open that E button there. That's going to break up our inventory screen. We're going to be making ourselves the knives right there. Boom. And the flint head axe right there. Boom. And we'll show you some more recipes here later on in the video. But now that we have this accomplished, ooh, and it's turning quite grimly out. We got to get a move on this. Grimly, that's not a word. Anywho, let's chop. So go ahead and chop these here reeds. You can see it takes 2, well, you can't really see too well right here. There we go. So the reeds have 2 sections to it. Breaking the top section will give you this here, a cattail. And you're going to need this to make hand baskets, which will get you some storage over here on this section and increase your inventory capacity. That's going to be important. And then if you break the second block, that's going to get you the cattail root. And this is actually going to be a good source of food for you in the early game. It will last you forever, and I mean forever, until you actually cook this bad boy. So it'll stay just like this, but the problem is you can't eat it until you cook it. All right, so I'm going to spend a little bit more time slapping away at all these reeds here, and then let's make ourselves a little hand basket. All right, once you get yourselves enough reeds, you're going to be wanting to make yourself a hand basket, and that recipe will go like so. So if you see there, you can individually click each one of these. So, right click will do one, left click will put the whole stack. Or you can have the stack in your little clicker, your whatever it's called, your cursor. Just click down once and then drag it. Just keep dragging it, and you can fill up all those squares like that. And you have your hand biscuit. No, don't eat that. It's a basket, your hand basket. And if you go ahead and you shift click on that, it'll make the maximum amount you have. We actually made too many because we can only hold 4. But you guys see how that opened up a good bonny amount of inventory space for us. And that's going to be really stinking crucial going forward. We're going to also be able to upgrade our inventory capacity as the days go on. So it's going to be really stinking sweet. Carry around all kinds of juicy goodies and stuff. Oh, I absolutely love it. All right, we got this going on, but what do we need next? Well, you know what? That little green bar right down there is. Oh, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's your food bar. And so we're going to be needing it. Now, I do know we have those cattail roots, but that's only going to be so good for so long for us. We're going to need a little bit more sustenance. As you can see here, if you open up your character menu, you have a whole nutrition value type slot thingamabobber right here. And the more food you eat, the more health points you get. And the more health points you get, the more safer you're going to be. Oh, God, we sure spawned in a gloomy day. This is just not good at all. Whoa. Okay, so what we're going to want to be on the lookout for first out of the gate is going to be mushrooms and berries, and we already went over the cattail root, so make sure you guys keep those handy with you. Now, there are going to be some animals. You see there's a wolf pup right there. I should probably not be here, so if you see wolf pup, that means mama's close by. So run. Yeah, run. Hey, sticks on the ground. That's what they look like. All right, let's keep running away from that wolf. I don't want to tangle with them just yet. Oh, we're not ready. Not on the first day. There's a good tip. Avoid wolves on your very first day in Vintage Story. Yeah. All right, so your berry bushes are going to look kind of like this, just a nice little green leafy block with some little colorful dots on there. So right-click on that, and you can actually pick up the berries right off the bush without breaking it, and you can have yourself a nice tasty snack. One thing I like to do if I have inventory room to spare is just to left-click, break the entire block, and take that bad boy with you, because once you get to where your suitable living location, you will actually be able to just slap those blocks back down and start cultivating berries at your own little base. And then here we have the mushrooms. So we got the three types, the field, the boletes, and then the super awesome fun ones that you should make soup out of and give to your friends. Ha! I'm just kidding. These red ones, poison. Don't eat those. You might die. Anywho. So you can either slap them with your hand there with a little left click. That breaks the mushroom, gets it to you all nice and dandy. However, they will not grow back. If you want them to grow back, you use your knife and then you break them. And boom, you see they got the little roots in there still. So these mushrooms will in fact grow back. Hey, what's up, Mr. Pig? So if you're going to be living near your little mushroom field, farm, whatever you want to call it, then you might want to take the time, grab a knife, and chop the mushrooms that way. So you can, keep prospering, growing, keeping the mushrooms, whatever I want to say. I don't know. Anywho. Use a knife. Great, don't eat the red ones. All right, let's go. Now you can kill animals for a source of food, but on day one, I definitely don't recommend it. They will fight you back, except for like bunnies pretty much. And they can and definitely will try and kill you. So if you don't have spears and good tactics and stuff like that, then, you're probably gonna not go so well. So berries, mushrooms, roots, that's probably best thing to start with on day one. We got some baby piggies here. These are easy for the pickings. All right, next up, as you guys can see, it is getting dark. It's getting later in the day, so we're going to need fire, a source of light. So that's why we made our axe. We're going to come up to the nearest tree. Well, we got a ton of them, so any tree will do. Now, it's not like Minecraft where you break block by block by block by block. You can just go to the very base of it, start smacking away with your axe, and it's gonna happen anytime. Meow. Oh, come on. And don't worry, once you get a better axe, it goes faster. All right, look at that. So the entire tree came down when you took out the base of the block. So if we were to smack this one, and I'll do a little TV magic for you guys, because I'm a nice cat. There you can see all the wood above that one block broke down, so you may as well aim for the base and get the most bang for your buck. Now, the bigger trees that you chop down, it will take more durability on your axe, but that's for another video on another time. All right, now that we have our wood, we're going to be needing to make some firewood, and you do that by just taking your wood and taking your axe and putting the axe above the wood there, and you can see we make firewood. So I'm just going to go ahead and create all of those, and it does also take durability down from your flint axe, which, if you don't know, is the green bar under each of these tools. That's the durability. Once you reach that bottom marker there, it will in fact break. And you will be wanting to get yourself a piece of dry grass right here, because you are going to need to make yourself a fire starter. You're going to do the old Bear Grylls maneuver and rub two sticks together, and this will light your very first campfire that you end up setting down. We're also going to need one more piece of dry grass to actually start the fire when it's time to do it. But for right now, I think we need to set up a little bit of shelter. Now, you can just set up your fire pit and, make a little handsome base wherever, all wimbly-dimbly like. But I definitely recommend making yourself a couple of walls there before the night begins, because you will be attacked at night, it will be scary, and you will probably die. especially if you don't have any light. So I'm going to go ahead and slap out some of this here dirt. If you did have more flint before, you can make a shovel. That's definitely going to make this process here a lot faster. Now you can go with a couple of techniques. You can build a wall around yourself. Got to make it at least 2 high and make sure that you don't make steps up to anywhere that they can that anything can get into you. Or really you can also too, for a nice little simple maneuver, just dig yourself into the ground. And just put a block above your head, and then you're safe for the night. But that's not what we're gonna do. All right, as you guys can see here, we just made a little too high block wall, and making sure that there's no blocks on the outside here. Like if there was a block right there, well then the drifters, they can just hop up here, jump on in, and murder you. Now you can have them on the inside of your base here, so you can get up on the parapets or the walls or whatever we call them, the balcony, the sun deck, and that's quite all right. But make sure there's no blocks. See, I had to remove 2 right there, and I removed 2 blocks right there, so that way it would keep them away from my wall. All right, now this is going to be a nice safe spot for the night. It's not much, but you know what? Day 1, it's going to do the trick just quite rightly. Now, it is raining right here, so I'm going to do just a little bit of a modification, put a little bit of a cover on top of where we're going to put the fire, because that will make it rather difficult to get a fire going. So we take our dry grass, we crouch down, we slap it down with the right click, and then we're going to need 4 pieces at least of firewood. And boom, that's going to make ourselves the fire pit. You guys can see up there it's cold, but now we're going to take our fire starter, hit the old crouch button again, and then just start right-clicking on this bad boy, rubbing those sticks together. We want to get the warmth. Come on, rub, man. Rub those sticks. You can do it. I believe in you. Normally, it doesn't take this long. Why is it happening? Why is it taking so long? Oh, come on, of course. There we go. Hey, look at that. We have made fire. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just throw the rest of our firewood into there, and we can actually start cooking up our cattail roots. Or the better thing to do right out of the gate is take your sticks, slap them in the fire pit, and that's going to get you some torches. So once you make torches, you really don't necessarily need the fire starter, unless, of course, they end up going out. But fire starters are easy enough to make, so we can just get rid of that bad boy, free up a slot in the inventory. Now, nighttime, I definitely don't recommend walking about on your very first day, so that's why we made this little hidey hole right here, this little base action. So you can use your time at night to either, make the torches, make your food, do some crafting. If you decide you like the area you spawned in and you want to settle down here, you could have possibly gotten some clay before you made this structure, or I could even go out right now, find some clay, and then start creating stuff, start crafting, getting the whole entire game going. It's definitely a possibility. I'm the kind of cat where I like to run around and find the perfect base, you know what I'm saying, where I can build a dream home. And looky there, we got 2 torches, pow, and let's just throw those cattail roots in there. And as you can see, this fire coming down. Once it reaches the bottom there, it's going to take another log, and boom, took another log. All right, and here's our temperature. So these cattail roots, all the cooking has a temperature it needs to reach before it starts cooking, but that's a video for another time. Now, another couple extra tips here for you. See that big blue gear in the middle there? Or blue? It's kind of a teal, maybe. Anywho, that is your temporal stability meter, I suppose. So if that bad boy starts wigging itself out and going to the left super duper quick, you're going to want to get out of there, because you are about to go insane, my friend. That's right. The constable will come and swoop you up in their paddy wagon and drive you away to Happy Fun Land, and where they feed you a bunch of Tic Tacs that make you feel calm. All right, so if that happens, just get out of there. You're better off finding a new space. And if it does, in fact, go down, just leave the area, and given enough time, it will start ticking back up. So, don't worry too terribly about it. But if it goes all the way down, things start to get a little fun. Don't worry, I'm sure you guys will experience it once you're later on in your playthroughs. Now, another useful resource for you guys is to press the H button, and that's going to open up your survival handbook. Here, it has every single thing in the game that you could possibly want. It has different guides going through napping, clay forming, meal making, everything that you could possibly want. The smelting, the smithing. You can come up here. Hey, let's look at sticks. Oh, no, we need to be in the everything. All right, we're looking at sticks. Look, we got loose sticks and layer sticks. We got starter guides that include sticks. Everything you could possibly want. Hey, I want to learn how to cook. Cook. There we go. So now we got all kinds of other stuff. We got our guides down here. Food that includes cook. Hey, look, there's our favorite cattail root. We can cook that. Nice. And if you guys are confused about the keybinds, go ahead and hit the escape, go to settings, and then you have the controls tab right here, and you can have access to every single control that there is. Oh man, there's a lot of controls. I didn't even know about all these. Holy smokes, guys. That's a lot of controls. Even I'm learning some today. Now, another thing you can do with your time here is just sleep through it. So you're going to need a lot of dry grass for that. And you just make a few hay bales. You can find that information in your handbook. You need 3 hay bales to do it. And, oh, nope, I only made 2. Come on now, where's my third? Oh, there we go. And then just 3 like that. And boom, we got a hay bed. So with this, we can just slap it down and then sleep through the night. You can see right there, it lets us sleep for up to 7 hours. So you want to use your clock and be a little strategic with that. It normally gets light around, I don't know, between 4 and 6 a.m. depending on where you are and what time of day it is. So that's also another option you can do through the night. You can even take that bed with you if you're going to be adventuring for a while. Or, they're easy enough to make. It's just a bunch of grass. Look at it. It literally grows everywhere. Now, the most important part of Vintage Story is to explore with your friends. So, if you're a solo player, make yourself a buddy. Hey, look, this is our buddy right here. We'll call him Eric, because why not? You guys knew exactly what I was going to call him, didn't you? Oh, God, he's great. And dummies make great friends. They'll let you take out your frustrations you have on them, any of them that they may be. And they don't eat much. They stay pretty dang quiet. And the only thing is, you got to be ready to carry them around. That's right, they're little princesses. I tell you, you got to pick them up. And you just got to stink and carry them all over the place, guys. Oh, God. But you know what? It's worth it in the long run. Because a dummy is a man's best friend and a woman's best friend. I tell you, that's right. It's not dogs. Oh, no, ladies and gentlemen. It's not cats. It's dummies. Oh, look at him. He's so cute, so handsome. And there goes the day, and it is about to be nighttime. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this guide will help you survive your very first day in Vintage Story. There he is. Come on, get in the shot, bud. So, Vintage Story is a great little game. There's a whole great big community out there willing to help you and answer any questions you guys may have. If you have other questions, feel free to slap them down in the comments below. And if you guys found this video helpful, please slap that like button and think about subscribing to the channel. Well, Eric here will love it a whole heck of a lot, won't you, bud? Tell him. Tell the nice people. Ha! See, there's those frustrations coming out, but he doesn't mind. Look at him. He loves it. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all in the next one. And as always, I love you. Bye.